appreciate it. So I'm going to do a shared problem-solving conversation with you today. I want to just give you some context for it because I know like we're 40 teachers that are out of left field. We've just like stormed your classroom. So this is a protocol. It's called the Power Protocol, and it's designed to make you more powerful in your learning. So we do this because it's only going to be 5 to 10 minutes, but we know these 10 minutes of practice will make you much stronger. That your problem-solving skills are things that need to be practiced. And I'm not talking about problem-solving like answering a word problem on a page. I'm talking about thinking through what will work for you today. So the more you think through what might work for you today, the more powerful you will be. The whole idea is that we're open to learning. So your teacher or me, whoever your facilitator is, I do not have a right answer in mind. In fact, I am extremely curious about what your impressions are. I kind of want to be surprised. I kind of want your innovation, your weird and wonderful ideas. Very open to learning. We're here to do this together. This is not competitive at all. We're supposed to be learning from each other. So the idea is you might say something that's super helpful for someone on the other side of the room that they've just never thought of before. So the more far-flung, creative, innovative you can be, the more you're helping your team here. This is a spirit of empathy and kindness. And so we're going to be talking about ways that what you're doing today, the way that it's hard for you. And in order to have that conversation safely, we all need to kind of commit to being empathetic and kind and accepting and caring, all of the things that you focus on in this school board and in this school. And the other thing is that this whole process, we're doing this with you because, hey, you're in grade 9 math. So I did a research project. I sat for 40 hours in grade 9 math classes earlier last year. I know it's hard, the content's hard. You're growing, you're getting ready, you're starting to see yourself as university bound. Maybe for some of you, you would have never thought of yourself as heading to a certain university, and now you have the opportunity to like kill it, to really crush your goals this year and get to your goal university and your goal life. So that's why we're doing this. We're not doing it because somebody's mad at you or disappointed. So I'm gonna say to you, what's hard for you about what you're doing today? And I'm doing it with my arms open. I'm not saying, sorry, what is your problem? And I'm also not saying, and what should you be doing right now? I'm saying, hey, what makes this hard for all of us? And what are some ideas for what we can do? So there's some context. So you are working on power laws today. You're working on simplifying using power laws. It's pretty tricky, not the hardest thing you'll work on. I think you're going to go head towards factorials or something awesome later on in the curriculum. It's going to get harder, and you can do it. You can do all of it. I've seen all kinds of students just crush this when they're really solving problems. So I'd love to know about this. What makes this tricky? Succeeding at this skill for you, for friends, for other people. This is a leap of faith moment. Who's willing to be the first person? Thank you.
Oh, just getting it to stay in my head.
Tell me more about that, if you don't mind.
Just with everything, like all the math, just kind of making sure that I can remember it for the test.
Yeah, getting it all to stay in your head. So remembering how the power laws work, and then you've got more coming up. So you have to like, sort of study it and refresh it and come back to it many times, right? Yeah, getting these tricks to stay in your head. And when you said that, somebody just like kind of micro nodded across the room, like you're not the only one that feels that way. Maybe a few somebodies. What else? What else is hard for us?
Not mixing up like the different ways to do the powers.
Okay, can you give me even more detail about that?
For example, some of them you have to multiply the exponents.
Yeah.
And some of them you have to add. Some of them you have to take away the exponents. Not like, but sometimes it's very like easy to like accidentally mix up when to do which step.
Right.
So it kind of like messes up the answer.
Right, so it's like getting it all clear in your head, like organizing the approaches, very similar to what you said. So you're saying this is like a very technical task with like lots of little loopholes, lots of little opportunities where you could make a tiny error and the whole thing would be wrong. So it's like organizing appropriate strategies, and maybe also like kind of attention to detail, like paying really close attention. Okay, cool. What else makes this hard?
Like the complicated rules.
Yeah, the rules themselves are complicated. Can you, I'm gonna ask you, can you say a little more about that?
Like the whole brackets and no brackets thing.
Yeah.
Remember, and like some equations have brackets, so you should do it differently, and like different exponents,
Right.
which makes it like hard to like memorize.
Yeah, so there's memorizing, and there's like, again, it sounds like attention. Does that feel like paying close attention to what's going on? And maybe keeping good notes? Okay, so I'm hearing like a lot of attention here, a lot of organizing, and maybe some confidence. Does anybody feel like overwhelmed by all the rules? Is there like an emotional, who's gonna like, yeah, hi. Can you just put that into words for us?
Like, sometimes there's like, it's like you can't keep it in your head. And it's like, you move to the next thing so fast.
Yeah.
And like, there's not a lot of time to like process it.
That is scary. And it's the kind of thing, I mean, I know how that feels. It's the kind of thing that makes you like feel stressed, like beyond class, makes you worry. Moving on to the next, see if this is not working out. Moving on to the next thing. Does anybody want to be a totally awesome friend and add more ideas to that kind of brave thing that was just said about feelings? Anybody want to tell us what that feeling is like? Give us an example. Thank you.
Maybe just like when you're overwhelmed, like it could just be like also from other classes, like
Oh, yeah.
you have homework from other classes plus your homework from math and you won't like understand it.
I want to ask the educators in the room, and particularly your teacher, is there anything here